Well, friends, if you're tuning in again, thanks for doing so as we kind of hit part two here of our COVID community and church offerings. And here I just wanted to talk very briefly, hopefully briefly, about the reality of mental health. I was at the school board meeting on Wednesday evening, and I know that followed a pretty contentious video conference with leaders of our state's health department. And one of the things that came up certainly clearly and passionately during the school board meetings on Wednesday night were the reality of the toll and the mental health aspect of things related to COVID. We know that this has been an incredibly hard year and a half for many of you. Maybe you've lost a job or your business has closed. We heard from students and families who even things like a mask mandate are creating mental hardships for your families. We heard from a student who spoke of other students having suicidal thoughts because of what a difficult year this has been. We know there are folks that are dealing with incredible mental hardship on the other side of the coin. Maybe families who had to suffer through multiple quarantines last year, and that time away from school and the impact it had on their education, that took an emotional and a mental toll. Thinking of families that maybe had a family member with a compromised health reality, and that forced a child or children to spend the entire year in a remote learning environment with very little social interaction, and we know that took a terrible toll on a lot of students and families. I'm thinking of families who are maybe a single missed paycheck away from being evicted from their home, and the mental hardship that the fear of getting COVID has brought into those homes. I'm mindful of students last year I knew of that qualified for things like the state tournament in various sports, or were preparing for a musical, only to be told just before going to state, just before those performances, that they were going to have to go into a COVID quarantine. So we know that there has been an incredible amount of mental pressure on many of you. And hope that we can consider both sides of that mental health spectrum. But more than anything else, just want you to know that if you're having a tough time, if you're dealing with mental anxiety, certainly if you're at that place of considering or having suicidal thoughts, we want you to we want to be a part of the help that you would that would help benefit you. Our church staff, I know leaders from church staffs around the community, licensed counselors, particularly Christian counselors, we would love to come alongside you to give you just a presence and an assistance in the midst of this incredibly long year and a half pandemic. So just wanted to speak into that and offer the love of Christ and our presence to you if you're feeling that kind of tension in your life today. Thank you.